Never allow yourself to self-sabotage. What do I mean by self-sabotage? Self-sabotage is basically what it says. I mean, the word, it speaks for itself. It usually stems from a negative thought or a series of negative thoughts that we have, that we let those thoughts, we let them consume us. Because we're so afraid of being negative that when we are negative, it just completely takes over. I mean, we've all done things to try to prevent ourselves from being sad or prevent ourselves from being, angry or what have you. Emotions are something that, yes, they're meant to be controlled, but they're not meant to be ignored. And I think a lot of times when you try to ignore the emotions that you have, that's a big part of what leads to self-sabotage. Self-sabotage comes from thoughts, obviously negative thoughts that we've all had. I've had them, you've had them, every one of us. Negative feelings, a feeling of an impending doom, like you're afraid of losing something, or you're afraid of losing someone that you care about. Here's the thing about life, and this should be pretty obvious by now, but if it's not, here it goes. You're gonna lose. Yeah, you're gonna lose people. You're gonna lose friends. You're gonna lose family. You're gonna lose loved ones, whether it be to an untimely death, whether it be you grow apart, whether it be you break up with somebody that you love and you thought that they loved you, you divorce, what have you. You're going to lose. Thinking too hard on the future, and these are all possible futures. These are all likely futures that we all are going to have. You're going to lose. Somewhere down the road, you are going to lose something. You are going to lose someone. You're going to lose money. You're going to lose health. That comes with age. You can't avoid that. These are all likely futures. These are all likely outcomes. But this is the future. The future really should not have that much of an effect on your present. I always say that's why it's called the present. Because yesterday it was tomorrow, but now tomorrow's today. It's the present. It's a gift. It's one of God's gifts, man. God bless you with another day to breathe. Every day above ground. Take advantage of that. Enjoy the now. Enjoy the present. That's a gift to you. Dwelling on the future, worrying about things that are going to happen tomorrow, things that more than likely are things that you really can't change. We as humans, we always worry about the things that we can't fix. The things that we can't change. Death and taxes are obviously the two most certain things. You can't avoid those. That's going to be with us until the end. Until your ticket is punched. There are certain things that you cannot avoid. You just can't. The future. You obviously can't avoid the future because it's coming. Dwelling on it. Worrying about, how can I fix this? How can I fix that? How can I make this better? How can I make this better? Because things are so bad now. Just how can I fix my future? Your future ain't even got here yet. So what are you worrying about it for? Don't self-sabotage with negative thoughts, because that's the one thing that's going to really get you to lose things way quicker than you were meant to lose them. You keep worrying about the future. Well, guess what? That future might come quicker than you think. And when it hits, it's going to hit even harder because you weren't prepared for it. Like I said, you're going to lose. Prepare. I understand. Prepare, yes. But to try to make yourself ready. See, that's the difference between being prepared and ready. We're all, well, most of us are. Most of us are prepared to lose things. We are prepared to lose people. Being ready, most of us never are. You're never ready. No one's ever ready to lose. No one's ever ready to lose. We're ready to win. We're prepared to lose. We're prepared to lose things. We prepare to lose people. Being ready, not always the case. That's not always how it is. 9 times out of 10, you're not ready. You're never ready. But self-sabotaging is going to make that moment worse when it gets here. Because you might make a situation way worse with negative thoughts. And the last thing you want to act on is negative thoughts, negative energy, because that will get you nowhere. That will get you alone fast. Believe me, this is coming from somebody that has spent the past almost 5 years truly being alone in here and not even knowing it. Missing so much of the outside world. Don't miss out on things because of a bad thought. Don't miss out on good opportunities because you self-sabotage something that could have been. Something that could have been good. Your self-sabotage can cost you what could be a bright future. Because A, you didn't appreciate the present. And B, you were so focused on forward. Yes, move forward. Always move forward. But don't go too far ahead. You're looking way ahead of the steps that you haven't even taken yet. We all have been there. We have. And it's okay. Never ignore don't ignore your emotions. Don't ignore your negative thoughts either. Don't ignore them. Acknowledge them. Treat them like your fears, because in a way, there are fears. These are things that you're afraid of. Things that you're afraid of losing. Acknowledge them. Acknowledge them. And you'll see how fast they go away, because you allowed yourself to be vulnerable for that minute. So many of us are just afraid of feeling weak. We're afraid of feeling anxious. We're afraid of feeling depressed. You have to understand that negativity, in a way, it's a healing process. Sadness, depression, these are healing process. You are allowing yourself to heal. You are allowing yourself to recharge, rebuild, get back up when the time comes, and keep pushing forward. But in order to push forward, this has to be clear. Your thoughts got to be positive. Your mindset has to be positive. Because if it's not, then your future will not be as bright as it should be. We all got some bright futures. Even those of us that are well past our, we feel like we're past our prime. I'm pushing 40. But honestly, this year is the best that I've felt in a long time because of all the things that I've accomplished. Because I finally took the chance to just stop and appreciate and celebrate the journey. I say this a lot. Celebrate the journey. Take the time to pat yourself on the back. That's a part of enjoying the present. Is appreciating the present and appreciating everything that you've done to get to the present. Know that the future is coming. Don't dwell on it. Never dwell. You never want to dwell on, especially something that hasn't happened yet. That more than likely it won't happen. But because of our negative thoughts and our habits of self-sabotage, we feel that it's going to happen. Let me tell you something. If something is meant to happen, it's going to happen. There's nothing that you can do about it. If people want to walk out of your life, they're going to walk out of your life. If people want to turn their back, they're going to turn their back on you. If you have a loved one that's sick and dying, eventually, yes, they're going to pass. Your parents. Biggest fear, you lose your parents. I know people that have lost their parents. Is it one of the hardest things to deal with? I could imagine it is. I can imagine that it is. But dwelling, worrying about it, that makes it worse. Because when you worry and you self-sabotage things like this and you just stay in your head thinking about what am I going to do when they go? What am I going to do when they go? You're not going to be ready when the time comes for somebody to leave. You're not going to know what to do. You're not going to be ready, obviously. But at least you can be prepared to go through the emotions that you're clearly going to go through. Are you going to be upset? Yes. Are you going to be sad? Yes. Are you going to cry? More than likely, yes, you are. We as humans, we need to be weak. We need to be vulnerable from time to time. Be prepared for those vulnerable moments. Self-sabotage makes vulnerability worse because it makes vulnerability unacceptable. Because now you can't accept the fact that you're crying. You can't accept the fact that you're hurt. You don't want to accept that. You want to chase those emotions away. Which most of the time people do that by substances. You know, like alcohol, drugs, what have you. They look for other things. They look for dopamines to mask their emotions. Let me tell you something from personal experience. It does not matter how much you drink. It does not matter how many pills you take. It does not matter what the dopamine is. It will never permanently cure what is going on in here and in here. You have to cure that. You are the only one that can fix you. We are all in places that only we can get ourselves out of. Never depend on somebody else to get you out of that place. The most they can do is encourage you. You can climb out of that dark place, but you got to climb out of this dark place first. And it starts with ridding yourself of self-sabotage. Don't ruin something that ain't happened. It hasn't happened. So what are you doing? You're preventing an invisible thought. You're looking for solutions to prevent, oh, maybe if I do this, this won't happen. You can't control that. And the more you try, the more you're going to destroy yourself. Self-sabotage usually leads to self-destruction. You're too good of a person to self-destruct. Whoever's listening is, even if you don't feel you are a good person. I feel that there's good in every single one of us. Some of us are just a little more troubled than others. That's okay. That's okay. It's never too late. It's never too late to be good. It's not. It's never too late to turn yourself around. It's never too late to get rid of that negativity. Get rid of all those negative thoughts. and replace them with positive thoughts, positive energy, man. Positivity over negativity. I know that sounds corny, but can you say I'm wrong? I don't feel that I am. Stop trying to change the things that you can't change, especially if they're things that you know you can't change. The future is the biggest example. You can't change that. It hasn't even got here yet. Like, what can you do? Especially if it's a guaranteed thing to happen in the future. I probably should have put it like that. If something's guaranteed to happen, it's gonna happen, regardless. Regardless of if you're ready or prepared, this is coming. The best you can do is prepare for it. But wrapping yourself around these negative thoughts and negative energy that's not going to help you prepare for it. It's going to make it worse. Trust me, I know. From somebody who has tried to alter my reality, I have tried so many times and I have failed each and every single time because I tried to prevent something that was inevitable. And it left me more hurt than it should have been. It left me broken. It left me just shattered. Don't do that to yourself. Self-sabotage, no. Try self-reassurance. No matter what happens tomorrow, you tell yourself, you look at yourself in the mirror and you say, you know what? I did the best that I could today. I'm doing the best that I can because I'm a good person. Even if you got to look at yourself in the mirror and say that every single day you wake up, say it. As a matter of fact, say it every single day that you wake up. Stand in front of that mirror and you tell yourself, I am a good person. I am doing my absolute best to be the best version of myself. No more self-sabotage. No more letting negative thoughts cloud my judgment. No more ruining myself because of thoughts of an impending doom. No more. No more hiding my emotions. If I want to cry, I'm going to cry. If I'm depressed, good. Depression is a healer. It is a healing process. You need things to heal from to help you grow. If you've never had anything to heal from, can you honestly say that you've grown into anything? No. You need pain. You need that to appreciate the pleasures in life. Don't run from that pain. Take that in. Take a moment. Take a knee. But take a moment and allow yourself to be vulnerable. Because vulnerability, that might make you stronger than you ever thought you could be. Again, if you've reached the end of this video, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Also, if you're new here, don't be a stranger. Hit the like button, subscribe, and share. And if nobody else tells you, I'll tell you. I'm proud of you. Keep it up.